So this was back in third or fourth grade. I had gotten in trouble for yelling curse words with a couple of friends on the bus. Not directed at anybody, not for the sake of harming anybody, but just because we thought the words were funny and we didn't really know what they meant. But anyways, as we got off the bus driver stopped us, explained to us, "Hey, here's what you're doing. Here's why it's wrong," and told us that we shouldn't do it again. And I respected that. I respected that. I had no problem with how the bus driver handled it. But when it came to the school, they didn't handle it in the same way. When we were called down to the office to receive our punishment, they didn't give us a chance to explain ourselves. They didn't explain to us why we were getting punished in this way. They just decided to deal out punishment how they saw fit. And they suspended our bus privileges. They gave us multiple days of detention because in their eyes we were harassing younger students on the bus. It immediately didn't feel fair to me. It felt like we were being tried and prosecuted before we even got to step foot inside the court.
I realized it when we had a test and I had an Asian partner because we had a table of two, so two students at one table. And before I could we have folders to put up our folders when we was taking a test on the Chromebooks. And before I put on my folder, I had an Asian partner, like an Asian student sitting right next to me. And before I could put on my folder, my teacher told my Asian partner to put up her folder before I could cheat off her. And before I could say anything, I was stunned because I was like, what is she talking about?
I started out in Spring Lake Park schools and then I transferred to this district. And I think a policy of transferring schools or districts is you have to take like an English language learner test type of thing. So it was me and my two other siblings. So we went into the building to take the assessment just so we can get cleared so we don't get placed in ESL. And there was a weird occurrence that happened there on the official files for us. For some reason, under my name, Hindi was put as my first language, while my brother and my sister, they had English as their first language. And I felt very uncomfortable because I don't know exactly why that happened in the first place, because it may have been because my complexion is darker than my siblings.